Buenos dias, Gunners Profiles. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack at it. Gonna make the profiles boom, 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 boom. What it is, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is today on Gunners Profile. What it is real talk, real life by a real one. What it isn't is bullshit. Now, look at that thumbnail. Let's get straight to it, right? Parole. This is your parole address for at least the next 6 months. Order the parole, right? A lot of people have been asking me questions. You know, a subscriber asked, he was like, damn, how do you shake parole? How'd you do it, Holmes? It's hard. Simon, hey, I could identify, brother. It is very, very hard to shake parole. Now, look it, pensa la tira. I don't know about nowadays. I haven't been in the penitentiary in over 10 years, right? So I'm just going to keep it really real when I say I don't know exactly how parole is working now. But I don't know, back in my days, Holmes, it was hard to shake the tail. That's what we used to call it. Damn, you got a tail? Simon, I had a tail since I was like 11, Holmes. Parole, probation, felony, probation, all kinds of different shit, right? So that's good. They put me on things I couldn't even spell. They weren't trying to let me out of their reach. Now, when you do time in prison, okay, and a menudo está in a direct fashion, you're on the yarda, say you're walking the yarda, the linea, and you're doing your thing, and you get out, you think you're out. Sounds good, because now you can open a refrigerator, you can eat tamale, you know what I mean, you can get a mamon. There's a lot of different things you can do, but there's a lot of things you can't. You can't wear red colors if you're from up north. You can't wear blue if you're from down south. You can't associate with certain homeboys, camaradas, brothers from your barrio because, hey, that's gang related, you know what I mean? You're hanging around with known gang members or people that look like gang members, and they're going to associate you with that, and you can get a violation. And Sasuke, you don't want a violation because you'll be right back behind the cage. And that's what parole encompasses. Parole is not to help you. They say it's beneficial. Okay, I guess it is. Sasuke, it's someone pressing on your neck, applying pressure. Go out there, get a job. Go out there, do good. But for the most part, it's the old Folsom setup. What I mean by that is they're watching you. So I always feel like somebody's watching me. Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. But they're watching you, right? They give you a caseload, basically a case manager, a parole officer, right? Tell him to suck his pee-pee, right? That parole officer, his job or her job is to make sure that you're doing everything that you're supposed to do and remain a vigilant member of society, right? Someone who's out there really fucking just about fucking doing good, right? Because if you're out there acting a fool and no one's watching you, Holmes, then you might go back to your old ways. You know, we have the tendency to relapse and go back to what we were doing before. So it's just like riding a bike. It's you never forget. You know, get on the handlebars. Let's see, we got shit to do. You already know you'll be deboing around that motherfucker taking people's chains. I better tuck my shit, right? And that's just how it is. But parole's to hold you accountable. Now, after you do your time, you done did it. You know what I mean? You done did it. You were committed. You wanted that yarda. You did, Sasuke, you did the crime. You did the time. You would think that, hey, it's all over now. You done did what you had to do. You paid your debt to society. It's time to get back into the groove with you, into the groove of things, right? That's not the way it works. That's it. Straight up, that's not the way it works. They're going to have you on parole for the next 3 years. Now, there's different levels to parole. If you just stole a car and you wasn't really and you went to a level 1 or level 2 yard and you ain't no fucking on the hierarchy of criminality, right? What they're going to do, man, is they're going to put you on paper parole, right? Meaning, hey, you check in the first time. After that, you just fucking fill out a questionnaire on papers and mail it in. That's called mail-ins. And there's a lot of people that get that while they're on probation. Parole and probation are two different things. Sometimes felony probation is worse than parole, and I'm going to give you the rundown on that. Take it down. Knowledge you won't get in college, right? You'll get mail-ins. Mail-ins is like, yeah, Sasuke, yeah, I got a holiday, you know what I mean? Yeah, I work over here, you know what I mean? I work this bitch's fucking nalgas every night, right? And as long as you got a parole address, you got a phone number for them to contact you, and you're looking for a job or you got a job, they're gonna leave you alone. They're gonna let you do your thing. Now, there's another type of parole called high control. That's what I was always on, right? If you're a validated gang member, a known gang member, you're high on the criminal hierarchy, or however does that how you say it? Hierarchy? Orale, I say it how I say it. The hierarchy, right? If you're on the hierarchy of criminality, you're out there as well known, you're gonna go out there, you're gonna steal some shit, you're gonna kill some shit. They're concerned, right? There's concerned citizens that pay taxes that are like, fuck that, Holmes, don't let the vato out unsupervised, because I'm telling you right now, straight up, Holmes, this vato's going to get into some shit. They're going to be on you. You're going to be piss testing every week, Holmes. They're going to pull up to your job. They're going to talk to your foreman. They're going to be all up in your mix, all up in your business, all up in your Kool-Aid, add of preservatives and shit. Because the whole point of their job, Holmes, is to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, or they're going to get you out the way. You're going to be back in Quentin or Tracy or Chino like this. Yeah, you're going to hold, right? Now, for the most part, most parole officers that I've come in contact with, that I've had, have been cool. You know, they're like, hey, trip out, Holmes. You got a phone? Simon, Holmes, what's your number? Give me your number. I said, hurry up, run that, right? Okay, now, all right. Okay, you're looking for a job? Simon, Holmes, my primo se acomodó this weekend. 20 hola right there. Hey, shit, it's something, right? They're going to write it down. Where are you staying? Are you still staying at your abuelita's house? Simon, Holmes, because her tortillas are like right off they're off the hook. I know, last time I went over there, I tried them. They were a fucking bomb. It's all good, right? As long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you look presentable. You're not out there looking like you're all fucking chueco and you know, you're not being a maniaco. You'll be all right. Okay, you'll be all right for the most part. Now, if you're on high control, they expect a little bit more out of you. You know, you got to be on your motherfucking P's and Q's, Holmes. Dot your I's and cross your T's, because if you're not, they'll send your ass back quick. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple stories about what happened with me while I was on parole. I got out of prison, right? I was feeling myself, you know, and I happened to parole on a Friday. Now, anyone that knows, if you parole on a Friday, or just the way it used to be, you don't have to check in till Monday, right? Usually you have to check in within 24 hours. If you parole on Thursday, you will be there Friday morning. If not, they'll have your ass back in Tracy using a stinger to warm up your water, right? So for the most part, man, you just go check in, says it's in, you're out, you're boop, you're beepity boop, 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 and you're gone, right? You're out to the barbecue and you're going to go get a mamon that night, some Arby's, right? If you're lucky, right? Most people, they're losing. But anyways, I paroled on a Friday. I was happy because I was like, fuck yeah, I got 2 days to wiggle. I could do me. Now, of course, you don't want to get out and go get high and do that shit. It's going to be in your blood system. They're going to fucking test you right off the top, and you'll be back in that motherfucker by Wednesday when the results come in, right? So I got out, and of course, I went to my familia's house in Motown, man. We were partying. We were having a good time. Says, come out at the hip-hop parade. Oh, hey, yeah. Is that a hoe? Shit, straight up, right? Is that your, hey, prima, is that your homegirl? And then it was all good, right, in the hood. I checked in Monday. Now, over the weekend, my primo was like, hey, let's go to the Modesto Mall. So we went to the mall, and he was like, hey, I'm going to buy you some shoes, bro. Because, you know, when you first get out of prison, let's just keep it real, gente. You don't have a lot. Unless you was out there balling like a motherfucker right before and you stacked some bread, or you were balling in there and you stacked some bread. But for the most part, 99.9% of the vatos that get out ain't got a motherfucking damn thing, right? You use your $200 gate money for a pack of frajos, a pistol, and a cell phone. That's it. That's what you got coming to you, right? Anything after that, Holmes, is on you. You know what I mean? Pardon me, sir. Can I get a little bit of that Grey Poupon? Nah, you didn't put it in on this shit, bitch, right? So that's good. That's because I ran out of gate money. Yeah, you can see a criminal when you see one, right? You know what an ex-convict looks like. He's always that motherfucker wearing sweats and that white tee on that bus. Now, so you get out, you don't got shit. So, of course, that's where I was standing. So my primos, all my homeboys, they chipped in a little bit, gave me a little bit of bread, and they took me to the mall. My primo was like, hey, I'm going to get you a pair of shoes. What you want? I said, I run those white Air Maxes, Holmes. I'll take those all white, crispy Air Maxes. I was looking at those motherfuckers on Walking Horse, Holmes, in the package. And so I couldn't afford it. They were like $66, and my bitch was struggling, right? They're like, he's like, yeah, I got you. But the only ones they had little hints of red in them, and they had red shoelaces. You know what I mean? I figured, hey, no big deal, no harm, no foul. Sasuke, the referee's whistle wasn't going to go off. It was going to be all good. It was just a hint of red, right? It wasn't even really red, bro. It was like more of a magenta. Sasuke was like a pink salmon. You know what I mean? I was going to be all right, right? I thought it was, right? So anyways, I copped those shoes, man. I was all happy as fuck, and I partied all weekend. Well, here comes Monday morning. I got to go to my parole office. Now, the parole officer that they gave me was one of the times that I had the bad parole officer, right? Anyone who was in Merced knew who she was. Yeah, her name was Salas, right? You know, I'm going to say her name straight up. I think she's retired, I hope, right? If not, that's all, right? Her last name was Salas, and she had a vendetta against my neighborhood. She seemed to get all the vatos that paroled from dead end on her caseload, and she was quick to violate us. She was quick to harass us. She was on us, man. I don't know what happened in her lifetime that made her do that, but she just had all points bulletin on us. So anyways, I walk into the office, and I'm already hearing the, you know what I mean? People had done told me, hey, damn, you got Salas Benz on, you'll be going back. I'm like, don't even trip. I got this shit covered like a state blanket. Watch. You know what I mean? I'm going to do good. I got a job like that. I'm going to be mowing lawns with my primo, right? I'm I'm gonna work for his landscaping company. I'm living with my grandmother, so I ain't even tripping. I'm eating good in the neighborhood, and I can bring pirujas over there. You know what I mean? I'm sharing a room with my primo Ruben. And trip out on this. The homeboy that bought me all kinds of ropa. I got fucking 3 Stafford t-shirts, and a pair of 501s. Bang! Toma! And the winner is, right? And I got a cell phone flip phone con un pinche Nokia, right? I'm winning. Boost Mobile. So anyways, fucking I get in the pro office and she looks me up and down and she was like, okay now, I see you. She was like, you got any job aspirations? I said, well, my whole life I always wanted to be a rapper, right? She was like, no, bitch. Right, trip out. I'm saying like this. What are you gonna do? I said, well, I'll put an application just to Taco Bell and shit. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're gonna hire me, but so scared, you know what I mean? We'll see what happens. She was like, okay, are you putting in applications? I said, no, I'm gonna work with my primo. We're gonna mow log. All right, cool. She starts giving me her parole plan. This is what you need to do. These are the places you need to go to. Here, pull out that big ass chorra. You guys see it? I see it swinging, right? Pull that motherfucker out, piss over here. And she just giving me the whole rundown. And the bitch looks like this at my feet. She says like this. Oh, hold on now. Oh, so all of a sudden, right? You want to be wearing red shoelaces. I said, no, because see the way Foot Locker works, that's not what they had. And she was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I'm going to violate you. I said, what? I've only been out for 2 fucking days, gente. I was flabbergasted, right? To say the least. My whole life was deflated right there. My old lady, because I just knocked the bitch on Friday night, right? I was trying, you know what I mean? I was trying to get as many mamons as I can get. She was all into me too. I was like, I'm so into you. I don't know what I'm gonna. I was on my SWV hype, right? And I was trying to hold on like in Vogue. So I was like, please, don't violate me. And she goes, look, I'm going to violate you, but I'm going to give you a chance. I ain't going to send you back. I'm just going to put an addendum right here in your report that you got violated on your first day. I said, damn, the violation game is real. She said, take out your shoelaces, rip off the little hints of red off your shoes and give them to me. I said, damn, but I just got these. She said, you can just get a year flat too. I said, gave her the shoestrings, ripped the little fucking tabs off the shoes. My shoes were all beat up from the feet up, bro. I was like, damn, I was a struggler's row. Thank God Thrifty's is right down the street and I can go get some shoelaces for $2. Can I borrow $2? Right? It was all bad. That just goes to show you how petty they can become. Okay, now I knew the rules. The rules were no red or blue, no gang colors. But of course, I thought I was going to bypass those rules and I thought she wasn't going to trip. Well, she tripped. That's it. She slipped the clip and got to spitting and got to tripping, right? And boom, I was victimized, right? Oppressed. The oppressor became oppressed, right? And that's just what it was. That goes to show you how bad parole is in some cases. In some cases, you can go with that motherfucker flamed up, XIV on the shirt. Well, you got bird on your face, tattooed fresh, right? And your fucking professor's not even going to look at you. He's going to be like, you got a job yet? No, see, because the way the job force works, right, is that they're not going to hire anyone with the Wellingham bird on their face. Yeah, I can see how that works. Okay, come back next week. And that's it. But for the most part, you're going to give them 3 years flat, Holmes. You're going to give them a nice, crispy 3 years. Now, I remember the last time I was on my 3-year hype, I was almost done. I was like 2 months to the gate, and what had happened was one of my primos from the town, he was like, hey, primo, have you ever been to Alaska, I said, to where? Alaska. I said, nah, I don't do igloos and shit. He said, well, trip out. Look at it. Look at this. There's a fishing boat in Alaska I go to every year. You go for 3 months of the year. You go salmon, you work hard, and you can make like 20 G's in like 3 months. I said, is that a fact? He said, that's a fact. I said, well, sign me up. I said, how do I get on, right? So we had to go to Stockton, Holmes, to the seminar. And of course, I had to tell him I was an ex-con and this, and that. What I didn't tell him on the application was that I was still on parole, right? What I didn't tell my parole officer was that I was trying to leave the state and get on down the road. But I figured I had 2 months left. I gave him fucking 2 and 3/4 years fucking good. He wasn't going to trip. Well, they approved me. I was like, because what I liked about this particular boat was they had actually college students and grown men working on this motherfucker. The homeboy's like, oh, we gonna fuck all them bitches. I was like, let's go. I can't wait for July 1st, right? Trip out. Never happened, right? And I'm going to tell you why it never happened. 2 days before I got my shit all packed, I'm ready. I told my old lady, hey, trip out. You know what I mean? You're on your own here for a few months. If you're not here when I get back, so yeah, I understand. You got to understand, man, where I'm going, man. I'm going to no man's land, right? And she was like, no, I'll be here, baby. Don't worry. I'll hold it down. I said, it's all good, man. I'm going to be good. There's going to be nothing but men on the boat, right? And I'm thinking about all the mamons I'm going to get from the chicks. And then guess what happened? Because it was co-ed and shit. Don't get it twisted, right? I ain't weird. my professor calls me. He said, hey, sir. I said, hey, what's cracking, brother? Right? Because he was a cool one. He's one of those motherfuckers you walk in, did you see the game last night? Right? He was cool. So I'm like, yeah, what's happening? He was like, Sarge, you're going to Alaska. I said, ratting ass, snitching ass motherfuckers around this camp. I said, who said that? He said, come on now, man. He said, you can take your ass to Alaska. And at this time, I swear to you, gente, I was just like a few days to parole, right? Just like a few days off, like 3 or 4 days off. Palabra, right? He was like, you can take your ass to Alaska, but what's going to happen is I'm going to fly in a helicopter out to the middle of the ocean, violate your ass, take you back. You're going to do a year flat, and then you're going to restart your 3 years of parole. Ponle, handle it, Mr. Gangster. I said, I guess I ain't going to Alaska then. He said, I guess not, right? Boom. I said, well, man, it's only 3 days, bro. Why are you tripping like that? Me and you always being good. Go Pittsburgh Steelers, right? He was a Steelers fan, right? He was like, no, you got to fulfill your obligations. That's just the way parole is. He goes, plus, you know, I want to go ahead and hand you your certificate, your discharge papers when you go. I said, so all that over some pinchy discharge papers, you're fucking up my life. He said, you know, you just want to go on there and get mammones. I know it's co-ed. I was like, damn, you're about to knows everything, right? He foiled my plan, my plan. Parole don't play. Parole don't play, right? They want you into that last hour, Holmes, into the midnight hour, till that motherfucker strikes on the... That's just how it is. Now, another situation that I found myself in was a parole sweep. For those of you that don't know, when you're on parole, you're subject to parole sweeps. Just like they have gang sweeps, they go snatch up gang members off the streets, validated gang members. I know in Merced, Holmes, I was a validated gang member. I was on the file as a dead-end local in Norteño, right? So they see me and they'd be like, we watch you, bitch. I'll be like, shit, Holmes. You know what I mean? What's happening, right? They already knew, I knew, we all knew. You know what I mean? We all scream for ice cream. So I'm in my pad in Livas. I lived in Livingston, California. Now, I worked for the food bank in Merced. So I used to fucking jam my little carro and go to the food bank. Hey, I was robbing them motherfuckers blind, allegedly. Right? They say, right? But anyways, every Friday you were able to take whatever you wanted home. And I ain't gonna lie, there was more shit than you could ever imagine, gente. A lot of these stores would donate cases and cases and cases of candy bars, chips, fucking all kinds of comida. And it was a trip because every time we just hand out green beans and a fucking roasted chicken. I was like, what about all the shit that's here? Deodorants and shampoos and diapers and formula, everything you could ever think of. But none of this shit ever went out. It just warehoused till it got old and then they threw it away. It was weird, right? Palabra, that's the way it went down. So we were able on Fridays to take as much as we could home. So I had a whole gaggle of shit, right? I had so much stuff. We lived in apartments right by the Catholic church. You thought there's nowhere the roach infested ones with hella roaches? That's where I lived, right? There was a back porch, and I had cases upon cases of Three Musketeer, Twix, Milky Way, everything you could think of, boxes and cajas of chips, just everything you could imagine, right? Looked like a damn flea market back there. Well, the fuck, they raided, parole sweep. They got me cuffed up. Now, it used to be the routine. They come in, they cuff me up, they tell my old lady and the kids to get the fuck up out of the house, right? And they're searching, right? He came out the room like, damn, we came too late. Hella stems I just got done trimming, right? The weed wasn't there. The stems were, right? Forgot to throw them out. Spencer, right? Can't get me for stems. He was like, we came too late. Anyways, there's like 20 placas in my house tearing it up. And of course, they searched the common areas. They can't search like my kid's room and they can't search certain things, but they were on it. And I'm handcuffed. I'm bullshitting with the placa. And he goes, they go to the back porch and they're like, what the fuck is this? Oh, we got you, old thieving ass motherfucker. I said, hold on now. See, the way the motherfucking food bank works is on Fridays so they called my boss. They were like, yeah, he's got a lot of stuff back here. It seems like too much. Did he steal? Are you missing things? She was like, no, every Friday they're allowed to take whatever they want as much as they can fit in their cars, right? I don't know how it is now, but that's how it was, right? They're like, damn. These motherfucking greedy ass, dirty ass motherfuckers. You mind if I take a case of Twix for my kids? Go ahead, boy. They take whatever you want. Right? Can you take these handcuffs off? No, we can't do that, sir. Well, then, I mean, with no deal then, right? Anyways, these vatos were taking boxes of chips, things of Reese's Pieces. You know what? There was eating Reese's Pieces while I'm handcuffed. Talking about, also, we almost got you, eh? You know what I mean? The other day, we seen you cruising with your homeboy, but we gave you the pass. That's how it goes down on parole, man. If you keep a good rapport, man, and you just be yourself, Holmes, you don't tell them too much and they don't tell you too much, man, you can wig off parole. Parole is very hard to shake the tail if you're out there running around doing the same old thing. If you get a job and you just do your fucking business, Holmes, you will shake parole. That's just how the game goes, man. California parole is probably one of the hardest paroles to shake. I don't know about now. Like I said, I'm speaking about the past. But I know, man, once you're on it, it's hard, right? It's hard. If you're out there fucking wiggling. If you're just out there, you go to get a job, get a hyena, just do your thing, homes. You know what I mean? You'll be good. Don't trip, gente. They don't violate you if you cheat on your hyena, so you're all right. You know what I mean? Most of you guys are all right. Anyways, with that being said, I just wanted to tell a few stories, man. I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, man, if you're on parole, go out there and do the right thing so you can get rid of that fucking parole and you can just move and groove on your own, homes. Because it sucks when you got people watching over your back. There's a blue bird on my shoulder. Can I kill it? Yes, I can. Orale perico, Tito over there. Grill over there. You know what it is, right? Bang, bang. And in that fashion, if you like this, please hit that like and subscribe with that thumbs up. If you don't like me and you don't like my stories, you can hit that thumbs down. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's the unity of all people, black and brown, man. We continue to progress and push. It ain't nothing to it but to do it. You know what I mean? The division ain't real. The coming together is. This is the gun. I give you silk suits, Gucci handbags, blue diamonds. Now I can't even give you things that you can't even pronounce. Or can I? One never knows, does one. Bang, bang.